Well, good morning, everyone. Thomas Montgomery. It's a beautiful Thursday morning. Today is January 29th, 2026. We get together most weekday mornings and talk shop. We talk about the SPE program, make sure everyone is aware of what it is, how it works, and answer questions to support each of you. Zoom offers a Q&A, a question and answer box. It's kind of like a chat box. So I do encourage you, if you have any questions, to go ahead and type those in. Our goal is by the end of the Zoom today, we've answered all of your questions so you have a clear path going forward. All right, so on spefunding.com, this is our new resource site. We've talked about it before. Has a brief introduction if any of you are new, either live or to the recording today. A special purpose entity is a legal entity created for a specific purpose, often to isolate financial risk and manage assets without affecting the parent company's balance sheet. This is commonly used to raise large amounts of funding. Through a grant we received, we provide SPE, special purpose entities, for entrepreneurs looking for business funding. The model is it guarantees a minimum, not a maximum, but a minimum of 250,000. So there's no risk of it not working for anyone. And there's absolutely no out-of-pocket cost. It's designed so the entire cost of the process is supported through the capital raise. There's a three-step process to participate in the SPE. Again, it's available on SPE funding. There's an introductory training that we ask people to start with. It'll help explain why SPEs are the best way to get business funding, how it works, how we can actually guarantee that 250,000 or more, understanding the deliverables of what's included in it, and getting really deep into the financial model. Secondly, we ask potential participants to watch the advanced training, and you can see the links are there in bold. With the advanced training, we want to cover more because a big part of what we do is financial literacy. And there's a lot of people that don't know what you and I know. And what we do want them to know, so they don't come back and say, well, I didn't know that, no one told me that, is that there is a formula for funding. So regardless if they want to work with you and I and work with our program or otherwise, there's a formula for funding. I suspect that all of you know what it is. We need them to know what it is because if they don't know how to accomplish their goal, then our solution may not seem like a great fit. But if they're educated and they understand the formula for funding, they understand the relevance of the three C's, then I think you're going to have great acceptance, great response, great enrollments. We talk about not only how we help get them debt, because that's what most of these people are coming to us for, right? They want debt. They want lots and lots of debt. But what's even better than debt? In addition to the debt, we can also get them cash flow. And so we describe that in their first month and clarify no out-of-pocket cost. Lastly, under the advanced training, there is a bonus training. It's not required, but it's recommended. And that's where we go into more detail, more discussion, including how we can help them get company cars, company credit cards, lines of credit. So that is in the bonus training. Ultimately, for anyone to participate, they need to enroll. There is a packet to enroll, and they can find that packet either by going through, if you're one of our affiliates, you should have a landing page, and they can either go through your landing page, which is recommended. So now they're connected to you. So now you're paid the 5,000, or they can come to spefunding.com, click here, brings up an info sheet, highlights what's included, and then also a simple application. The application is divided into two parts. Top half is business information. All of that's optional. If they don't have any or all of that, that's okay. And then the bottom half is needed. So with that, then we're able to get them their first tranche, their first round of funding, and then proceed with building out the SPE, which is described in those prior trainings. Last thing I need to cover here is we do have an affiliate model. It's not network marketing, it's not MLM. There's no cost to be an affiliate. Real easy to become one. There's a link here. You click on it and it'll bring up the affiliate packet to complete. There's also an affiliate training video if you haven't seen it in the last sentence. So the SPE funding program is our primary resource to help individuals raise capital. All right, so I see Brian has a question right off the bat. So the SPEs are designed to raise capital in $250,000 increments. And of course, for some clients, that doesn't meet their needs. So Brian's asking, what do we do in those cases? Well, we can either repeat the process and do this multiple times, 250,000 a piece, or we can do more of a custom build where we're changing the industry, we're changing the uses of funds, changing the capital raise. For instance, we were in a conference call yesterday with a high profile individual. He's an entertainer. He's a name that you probably would recognize, but maybe not. So we were on a Zoom with he and his attorney yesterday, and we're actually doing a 500 million capital raise with him. So obviously that is a custom one-off approach. So we're still using the SPE model, but instead of using the normal 250, he's doing something much larger. So yes, Brian, we can do much larger capital raises if needed. All right, so with that, our agenda today is addressing credit. You know, the elephant in the room so often is we'll run into people that have personal credit issues and they're concerned. Will this work for them? And if so, how does it work if they have bad credit? Because a lot of people, they don't know what you and I know. And so they don't understand sometimes that formula for funding. They don't understand the three C's. So let's talk about for a moment how we can help anyone get at least 250,000 even if they have bad credit. So, first of which is in our SPE model, not all lenders look at personal credit. Some don't care at all. And then some have much more loose credit underwriting requirements. One of the primary lenders that we work with for SPE literally will consider 600 and above. That's a pretty low credit score. A lot of people think, oh, if I'm not at least a 680 or 700, then I'm locked out of funding. So there's different lenders, each have their own underwriting. Some don't care about credit at all. And then there's another group that we work with that have very relaxed requirements. So that is number one. We need to find the right lender based upon the client's mitigating circumstances. If their credit is not good, we could, of course, use a cosigner, which we'll talk about in a moment, or we can structure the capital raise where we pursue a lender that's not credit sensitive. So that's number one. Number two, and I just kind of tipped you off, cosigners. So if a client isn't strong enough on their own and they don't want to use one of our lenders that's not credit based, then we could bring in a cosigner. Now, that commonly could be a spouse, a family member, a business partner, but we can actually provide a cosigner. So I wanted to make that clear. It's a small group, but there's a group of us that are willing to be the cosigner for clients if they're in the SPE program. So we've got two pretty good responses to overcome the credit uh, issue. Number one, we've got some lenders that are not based upon credit and others that have minimal credit requirements. And another alternative approach is to bring a cosigner in. And we've done that successfully many times. Now, are there other options? There certainly are. When it comes to business funding, and we talk about the three C's, which is covered in training number two here, number two of training two, our primary focus is business credit, not personal credit, because we don't want to go get personal loans for these large capital raises. That would be difficult and usually not the goal, but instead we want business funding. And so the SPE, the special purpose entity, comes with all three C's, including the business credit worthiness. So we literally add trade lines on to the SPE so it has a strong, for instance, Dun and Bradstreet credit profile. So that's the third response to the question of how do we help someone get a business loan if they have bad credit? Number one, we can go to lenders where that won't be a barrier. Number two, we could bring in a cosigner. And yes, we have cosigners that are available if the client needs for the SPE program. And then thirdly, in many cases, the underwriting is more focused on the business credit worthiness rather than the personal credit worthiness, and that's part of what we address with the three C's. So before I move to agenda item number 4, which I'll even space out, it's a bit unrelated, but still very important, especially since we're at the end of the month, almost at the end of the month. Anyone have questions on how we can help individuals even with bad credit, raise capital and uh, get funding? All right, so Edward brings up a good point. Well, couldn't we also help them improve their personal credit? Well, yeah, yeah. And so that's an option, but that opens up a bunch of other discussion points. Well, why is their credit score low? Maybe it's not too low to start with. That's the point I really wanted to bring up on number one, is maybe their credit's not perfect, but we don't need perfect credit. So sure, there are ways that an individual can improve their personal credit, but the question has to be, well, why is the credit low score? Is it because of high utilization? Well, yeah, maybe we could go get a business loan and then use that to pay off the personal debt. That's not really a credit repair, quote unquote, issue. If they've not been current with payments, they've had collections, charge-offs, bankruptcies, there's different issues with different strategies. So I didn't mention that, as Eduardo brings up. That's always an option, but that sometimes can take a bit of time. And what I was wanting to propose are alternatives that would not delay the funding process. But sure, Eduardo, everyone probably wants to have good credit. Everyone should have good credit, but our focus is getting them business funding. And I wanted to make sure everyone understood we didn't have to stop or stall the process through the SPE program, even if credit's not so strong. Okay, thank you for that, Eduardo. So, with that being said, the final topic I wanted to address. So, here we are on the 29th of January, the date of recording. But this is a good question that we'll probably ask at the end of each month. So, each of you who are affiliates, and if you're not an affiliate, you can become one free and easy here, bottom right here. But it's a good time to reflect. How was January? How did January work out as far as the amount of income that you created by helping people get into an SPE? And then February, what's the plan? So we offer to transfer contracted clients, and I think you know that, but I just wanted to bring it up one more time. We're at the point of January, we need to know what type of marketing we need to do, which we absorb the cost for that. We're not selling you clients, we'll transfer them to you, but we need to know if you're wanting to participate in that. So if any of you are looking for a transference of clients, which means we've done the marketing, we've paid for the marketing, we've closed the deals, and we're willing to transfer those to those of you that want to work with those clients, kind of be their interface, to be their liaison. So if you could respond yes or no if you're on the live training now to the Q&A, is this something that you're interested in or not? Because essentially we have to gauge our marketing. Because let's say that there was 100 of you that came and said, yes, I want my 25 contracted clients for February. Well, then we're going to have to up our marketing potentially to get 100 times 25, 2,500 new clients to assign out. All right, so I see Amanda's asking, how does that work? Yes, so that's included in the SPE, if you remember, and we can go back to the SPE packet and we transfer, so right here, 250,000 in first month income, Amanda. So we'll transfer to you 25 contracted clients. So these are good clients in the sense that they're new contracts. These are not defaults. This is not bad debt. It's none of that. So these are good client contracts. We would transfer them to you. Now the debt is to you, and the expectation is that you would be their interface. Now we'll continue to provide the back office services, but we've got the marketing figured out, and we spent some time and energy trying to train some of you how to do the marketing, but I guess it's not as easy to replicate as we thought. So if you want us to do the marketing and transfer the clients to you, we're more than happy to do that. But we need to know, because we have to gauge how much marketing ad spend we need. And again, we'll absorb that cost, not asking you to pay for that, but I do need to know how many of you are wanting the client transfer. Eric brings up a good point. Yeah, so as an affiliate, you don't have to have us transfer clients to you. You can go generate your own. That's fine. But if you want to generate your own, you can. If you want us to transfer, then that's part of the SPE model, as I showed you right here. All right, so with that being said, what questions, what comments, what concerns do any of you have? All of you should have your landing page. If you don't have your landing page for this campaign, for this program, we need to fix it. The best way is to make sure, are you signed up as an affiliate on this campaign, on this SPE program? If not, it's free and easy. Come over to spefunding.com, click here. It's going to bring up the affiliate packet. No, you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to pay anything now. You don't have to pay anything later. And we provide you an onboarding email pretty much immediately, soon thereafter, within 24 hours. It'll have a landing page link. You'll be open for business. I guess Jerry's bringing up a good point. So if you're going to have us transfer the clients to you, then the landing page isn't really relevant. If you're going to go out and do your own marketing, then the landing page is crucial. And we describe that on this training. So if you don't remember how the landing page works or looks, you can click on this link and let's see here, we'll move it. Well, grant to talk about SPE. So on the right-hand side on Tuesday's training, we showed you what the landing page looks like that you get for free. It looks like this on the right, but if you've not seen this training, it's available down here. All right, Rod says he needs the 25 or wants the 25 clients transferred. That's fine, but he also has 15 clients in his pipeline, which is great. Yeah, so that's a great point. If you want us to transfer clients, we can do that. That does not mean that you can't go out and develop your own, but if you want us to provide them, we can. All right, and then I see Todd's asking a question, and he's wanting a clarification, which is fine. It's not the topic we're on, but he wanted a clarification of the we'll say it, the affiliate compensation model. So I'll answer the question because Todd asked it, but you should realize that if you become an affiliate, it's actually the very last page of the contractual packet right here. So I'll leave this up, plus I'll bring up the note screen. So how do affiliates get paid? Number one, they're paid $5,000 per SPE enroll. So you're making 5,000 up front per deal. So obviously you get paid off these 25 if we transfer them. If you are Rod, you're going to go out and develop your own. You would get, so it doesn't matter where the client's generated from. There's the 5,000 a pop. And then the second is, and so just to match that to the affiliate agreement, I'll move this around. So if we look at this top paragraph, that matches what I just typed here. So the affiliate agreement, Exhibit A, matches what I just typed. And now I'm going to go to the second revenue stream. which is mentioned here in the third paragraph on this page. So let me bring this up so we can discuss it. So then you're also paid the performance fee. Now, this is ripe for confusion, so let's describe it. Anyone that's going through the SPE program, we don't charge them a performance fee. So let's just use a specific example. Let's take Todd. So if Todd comes over here and Todd goes through the SPE program, he will not pay a performance fee for that 250,000. We don't ask for that. It's not part of the client agreement, wherever that was over here. No performance fee. We eliminated that for the SPE. Some people didn't want to pay it. Like the guy and the attorney from yesterday, 500 million. 500 million. There's no way in the world he wants to pay a 10% performance fee on $500 million. So we eliminate the performance fee on the SPE. So you might say, well, that doesn't make sense, Tom, because you just said the affiliate gets paid off of that. Let me describe. So if you're an SPE participant, we do not charge a performance fee to the SPE participant. However, the SPE is set up as a management consulting firm. That's how we get such good capital raises, because that's a good industry code. And the revenue stream that the SPE operates is that of a loan broker. And some of you are loan brokers. You've heard of loan brokers where you're matching borrowers and lenders. So the clients of the SPE do pay a performance fee, but the SPE doesn't pay a performance fee for their own capital raise. Hopefully that makes sense. I need to clarify that. So the bottom line is we pay 2 points, 2%. So let's say that Todd brings in an SPE, and that so he's going to get paid this 5% off that 5,000, sorry, 5,000 off that SPE. We've covered that. Now, if that SPE actually operates, which it's intended to do, but it doesn't have to do, but if that SPE is operating, then he's going to get an override of all of the clients generated from that SPE. So with that SPE, we provide them 25 contracted clients. So let's just look at month one. So we know we're going to provide the SPE 25 clients that will pay. So the clients of the SPE pay the performance fee. The SPE does not pay a performance fee for their own capital raise. Hopefully that's clear. So if we have 25 clients through the SPE that Todd referred in, and each have, let's just say, the minimum capital raise. I'm not that good at math, so let me pull out my iPhone here and we'll do the math. So the total capital raise using these assumptions is 6.25 million. 6,250,000. So if everything works according to plan, 25 clients raising 250,000. So that becomes an income stream to the SPE of 10%, which would be 625,000. We do a split, we do all the back office work. So we do a split with the SPE. So the SPE keeps half, 5 points, pays us our half, 5 points. And then of ours, we're paying out 40% of our part, which is 2 points, to Todd in this case. So let's do that final number. So if there was 6,250,000 raised, and Todd gets his override, Todd would get 125,000 per month in overrides to whomever brought on the SPE. So a little bit complicated, but it's important to understand. So again, as an affiliate, You're paid 5,000 for each SPE you bring in, and that matches the affiliate agreement, which we just looked at. And then secondly, you get overrides, but the override is not of a performance fee from the SPE themselves because we don't charge them a performance fee. But if the SPE actually operates, which it could, it should, it may or may not, but if it does, then it's generating income each month, which is good for a business. And if you're the one that brought that SPE in, then you're actually earning overrides. So I see Richard's question. So Richard's question is this model true for these 25 clients? Yes, yes. So we'll go out, we'll do the marketing, we'll get them under contract, we'll send them over to you, Richard or whomever, you interface with them, and then yes, this is your comp model for clients that you generate or clients that we generated and gave to you. So it's a good deal. I mean, it's not get rich quick, but depend upon how many SPEs you bring in as an affiliate, and then of course how active they are. It can be a good side income. Probably not going to replace the money you're making now, but I mean, there's some people that don't make 125,000 a month at their full-time gig. If you could have a part-time gig and bring in 125,000 a month off of just one SPE, not so bad. All right, Eduardo says he has client or he'd like clients. Yeah, yeah. So we give away the clients. It's part of the value proposition of the SPE, Eduardo. So if you want to tap into that, then come over here just like I described. Watch the trainings, preferably the bonus training, and then enroll. And so then there's a set of deliverables that are provided, which are summarized on the flyer. The flyer is accessed by clicking right here. And then that flyer clarifies that one of the benefits is that we're going to transfer 25 clients. So that's how we do it. So we don't charge you for the marketing. We don't charge you for lead, whether or not leads are clients. We don't sell the leads or sell the clients to you. It's just part of the package. Matthew says he needs a cosigner, and that's perfectly fine. So let's go back to where we started as we wrap up. Anyone that has credit issues, we can still help them raise at least 250,000. Well, how's that? That sounds too good to be true. A lot of times people don't understand the how, so they come to a conclusion, well, that can't be right. But if they understand the how, then it's like, oh, okay. So how are we going to get everyone at least 250,000 even if they have shitty credit? First of all, we have some lenders that don't care about credit and others that have a lower threshold. So that's number one. Secondly, we can always bring in a cosigner, and if the client themselves doesn't have a cosigner, we can provide one. And then also keep in mind our primary focus is business funding. And with business funding, there's different underwriting, and we can actually build out the business credit profile. And that's part of what we do. That's part of the value proposition when we're talking about right here. So it's the fourth bullet, business trade lines, a strong D&B profile with the addition of large trade lines. So that's my goal, is to make sure you understand the point. Yes, we can help people with bad credit. If you know anyone that needs funding that has bad credit, the SPE model is by far the best solution for them. If they went after traditional funding, they just went down to their local bank with bad credit, they probably wouldn't get approved for two reasons. That's a red flag to the bank, but also there's a lot of other underwriting criteria that goes into getting a business loan. A lot of people don't know what that is, how that works, and that's what you and I specialize in. We teach them the formula for funding in training number 2, and then we teach them about the 3 C's, which are, of course, part of the formula for funding, and we provide them all 3 C's. Eduardo's got another question about the SPE. So, yeah, wording is important. So the SPE is designed to be available with no out-of-pocket cost. So it's designed that through the cap, so it's not a free program. Sometimes people get confused. Oh, it's free? No, it's not free. It's not free. We're not saying it's free. We're just saying that the cost will come out of the capital raise. So much different. And I'm glad Eduardo asked that, because some people will come back and they'll mishear what I'm saying. Oh, I was told it was free. It's not free. We couldn't afford to do all this if it were free. We couldn't afford to pay our affiliates as much as they get paid if it were free. It's not free, but it is actually covered through the capital raise process. No out-of-pocket cost. See the difference? Not free. Not suggesting it's free. Not many things in life are free. All right. Well, very good. With that, I hope this is helpful. You should have an understanding of go to spefunding.com if you need to get more familiar with this strategy. It's a unique approach. It's legal and ethical, but it's a unique approach to helping anyone get funding. Not because it's too good to be true, not because it's smoke and mirrors, but essentially we've packaged together what it takes. We know, I know what the formula for funding is. So we built the SPE to frankly include all of the variables. And that includes all three C's. So with that, if you're looking for funding, you can come to spefunding.com, go through the three steps. If you're looking at helping people and getting paid, come to spefunding.com, go down here and become an affiliate. All right. Thanks, everyone. Let us know if there's anything we can do for you. But let's have a big February, successful February. So let's make sure that we're on the same page with you. What do you need from us to have a very financially lucrative February, which starts here in just a couple days? Thanks, everyone. Bye bye.